It all started with what should have been a magical moment, a Phillies home run soaring into the stands, a once-in-a-lifetime chance for a fan to snag a souvenir ball, but instead of cheers and smiles, the scene instantly turned into a viral nightmare. The ball bounced near a group of fans, sparking a quick scramble, and that's when one woman, now infamously nicknamed Phillies Karen, aggressively snatched the ball away, leaving the crowd stunned. The cameras caught everything: her reaction, the fans' shock, and even the disappointed faces of kids nearby. Within minutes, clips spread across social media like wildfire. To some, it looked like the ultimate display of selfishness. To others, it was just a heated moment in the chaos of a live game. But context didn't matter. The internet had found its new villain, and she was about to be roasted far beyond the ballpark. And if you are enjoying these, please help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep uncovering the stories the mainstream won't dig into. Once the clip hit TikTok and Twitter, things escalated fast. People weren't just laughing at the video anymore, they wanted to know who she was. Within hours, users began slowing down the footage, zooming in on her face, and running with any scrap of information they could find. Suddenly, the woman wasn't just Phillies Karen, she was being linked to a local school district, with rumors flying that she was a teacher. TikTok edits started pairing her face with villainous soundtracks, and entire comment sections filled with calls for her to be fired, exposed, or humiliated further. The internet had officially shifted gears, from simple memes to a full-blown witch hunt. Every new theory, no matter how flimsy, spread like wildfire. And for Cheryl, the woman at the center of it all, her reputation was being rewritten in real time by strangers who had never even met her. And soon, the calls weren't just for memes, they were for her job. The internet didn't stop at just labeling Cheryl a villain. It wanted consequences. Fake screenshots of supposed termination letters began circulating, claiming the school district had already fired her. TikTok influencers jumped on the trend, presenting unverified rumors as breaking news. On Facebook and Reddit, posts spread like wildfire. Phillies Karen fired from teaching job after viral ball scandal. It didn't matter that none of it was backed by facts. The mob wanted a headline, and it ran with whatever story fit the narrative. For Cheryl, this was devastating. Strangers believed she had lost her career, her credibility, and even her income, all because of a few seconds of video. The frenzy only grew worse when commenters started tagging her alleged workplace, demanding accountability for something that never actually happened. But when the truth finally cracked through, it shocked everyone. While the internet whipped itself into a frenzy, the organizations at the center of the storm stayed completely quiet. The Phillies didn't release a statement, Major League Baseball didn't comment, and that silence only fueled the fire. But then came the moment that poured gasoline on the flames, a vague memo from Hamilton schools. It didn't directly mention Cheryl by name, but the wording was just close enough for people online to take it as confirmation that she was, in fact, one of their teachers. That single piece of corporate doublespeak was all the internet needed. To fans, the silence from the Phillies and MLB looked like guilt, and the carefully crafted statement from the school district looked like proof. The mob had its validation, even if none of it was actually true. And then mainstream media took the frenzy national. Once the local rumors started spiraling, national outlets couldn't resist. Headlines began popping up everywhere: CNN, Fox News, The New York Post. Each article leaned into the drama, using words like linked or allegedly connected, which gave the story just enough credibility to keep it alive without proving anything. Suddenly, Cheryl wasn't just a viral TikTok villain, she was being discussed on television panels, radio shows, and sports podcasts. Her face was everywhere, framed as the greedy fan who embarrassed the Phillies and possibly embarrassed her school district too. The coverage made it almost impossible for Cheryl to escape. What started as a 10-second viral clip was now shaping her identity on a national scale. Millions of people who had never seen the original footage knew her only as Phillies Karen. But the wildest twist came when the school district finally spoke up. After days of speculation, Hamilton Public Schools finally addressed the chaos head-on. In a brief statement, they insisted Cheryl was never an employee, nor had she ever worked in their classrooms. It should have ended the story right there. But instead of clearing her name, the denial only made things worse. Online sleuths immediately started spinning new theories. Maybe she was a contractor, maybe she worked under a different name, or maybe the school district was covering its tracks to avoid bad PR. The truth didn't matter anymore. For thousands of people on TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter, the official denial was just another puzzle piece in their conspiracy board. Cheryl wasn't just a ball snatcher in their eyes, she was now the subject of a community-wide cover-up, whether it was real or not. And this was the breaking point that set up Cheryl's next move. At this point, Cheryl had been mocked, doxxed, and vilified across the country. But instead of fading into the background, she finally decided to speak. In a Facebook post, she directly denied the rumors about being a teacher and pushed back against the lies that had consumed her life. She wrote that her reputation, her family, and even her safety had been put at risk, all because of misinformation that spread unchecked. And behind the scenes, whispers began circulating that Cheryl wasn't done fighting. Legal experts started weighing in, pointing out that she might actually have grounds for a case. Between the viral defamation, the false employment claims, and the emotional distress from constant harassment, her situation looked less like a meme and more like the foundation of a lawsuit. And now, reports suggest Cheryl is preparing to go after some of the very institutions that allowed this chaos to spiral, possibly Hamilton schools for their vague statement, influencers and media outlets for spreading lies, and even the Phillies or Major League Baseball for profiting off the viral clip that destroyed her life. And believe it or not, she might actually win. At first glance, the idea of Cheryl winning a lawsuit might sound impossible. After all, she was the one caught on camera snatching the ball. But legally, this case isn't about the foul ball. It's about everything that happened afterward. Defamation law is tricky, but Cheryl may actually have a path. The repeated claims that she was a teacher, the fake firing rumors, and the way news outlets amplified the story without proof could all be argued as reputational damage. Add in the harassment she faced, the emotional toll on her family, and even the professional opportunity she claims to have lost, and suddenly her case doesn't look so far-fetched. There's even precedent. Other viral figures who were wrongly identified or targeted have successfully sued for damages in the past. And in an era where one clip can ruin someone's life overnight, courts are beginning to take these cases more seriously. If Cheryl can prove that the lies about her employment and character cause measurable harm, she could be looking at a major payout. Some legal analysts say the settlement could easily reach 6 figures, maybe even more, depending on who she targets. So now this same mob that tried to destroy her could actually make her rich. Cheryl began as nothing more than a viral villain, the woman who snatched a foul ball and earned the internet's wrath. But as the story spiraled, she went from a meme to a national headline, and now possibly the plaintiff in a lawsuit that could set a major precedent. The Phillies Karen narrative might have started as a joke, but it's ending as something much more serious. Because if Cheryl wins, it won't just be about clearing her name. It will be about proving that online mobs, media outlets, and even billion-dollar organizations like Major League Baseball can be held accountable for fueling misinformation. And whether you love her or hate her, one thing's undeniable: this case is bigger than a baseball. It's about how a single viral moment can destroy or possibly rebuild someone's entire life. If you want to stay updated on Cheryl's lawsuit and other viral scandals like this, please help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep uncovering the stories the mainstream won't dig into.